All right, folks. So, um, here's like a little mini video on how to kind of start building your song. Some of us are more comfortable within composition software because we're more familiar with that, and I understand. In a lot of ways, I am too. So, we can try and make these two platforms work together. All right. So, here I'm in GarageBand. This file right here is just a file, like a MIDI file that I was testing out, importing into GarageBand, which was successful. This is clarinet solo that I wrote for the grade 9-10 Shosholoza finale. You can hear it over the tea kettle, maybe. I'll shut that off. Make that a little quieter. Okay. So yeah, here's the clarinet solo. Just an FYI, remember you can always like change the the overall balance by scrolling this little dot down and up again. Okay, this is max volume. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is import other like sound files that I might have built in Musescore, because then once I have all my melody and maybe harmony and a couple other selections that I might want to build, specific to my lyric set, for example, then I can start putting like backtracks and other accented features using Apple Loops and GarageBand. Okay, so first you need to have a MIDI file to import. First things first is what you can do is write just a full ensemble piece. So again, this was for 9-10 concert band, right? So you see everything from voice, because it combined with choir and orchestra too, right? They were singers. And then here's all the band instruments. For you guys, you're going to be doing probably mostly using voice, bass guitar, electric guitar, drum set, hopefully maybe a little piano, and then really it's up to you. Like you can get really creative with this, right? This is a pop song that could have stuff like violin if you wanted, or you could have clarinet or flute if you wanted, or world instruments like unusual drums maybe. It's up to you, okay? Whatever kind of sound comes up in your imagination, okay? So go to Musescore, like we usually do. You go to File, New, and then type in your title. Your title should be whatever your composition's about. Let's again pretend Miss Duncan's doing. Mine's about global climate change, the impact of climate change, and then poverty, like how it makes poverty worse and harder, right, in developing countries. So I'm just trying to think of a title or a word that connects to that. Okay. Well, in class, I talked about how I could use like footsteps, for example, on different textures and record that. So I'm going to talk about how this is like a journey for people that never seems ending. And then the primary word steps, okay? The composer is me. And then I can put my copyright in 2019. All right, instruments that I think will go well in this song. I want at least one voice. Oh, sorry, these are template files. No. Go to choose instruments. My bad. All right. I would like maybe one man and one woman. So I'll pick for tenor and then alto. Kind of keep it in the low mids. Okay. All right. Things that will go with this concept of like journey and also like developing countries and the music that they have. So percussion's a big thing. Stomps are great because we're talking about walking, right? Hand claps are great because every country has some kind of hand clapping in their music. Okay? Maybe a finger snap here or there too. I like finger snaps. Anyway. All right, so I've got my body percussion in there. I want some kind of this one. Okay, you decide. You can build the snare drum part or the like drum set part, but really Apple Loops is going to have better quality like background. So instead of using instead of using drum set here, build the instruments that you don't have Apple Loops for here, and then import them where you can to combine them with like a drum set track in Garageband. Okay, so I'm gonna leave drum set out here because Garageband has like better drum set recordings. But things that I'm not certain of, for example, like wood blocks, it just, I'm thinking about Africa, Southeast Asia, kind of getting like a nature sound thing. Wood has just that kind of quality to it, so I'm gonna use wood blocks, but I'm gonna do it here so that I can make my own riff in the wood block part. Okay. If you want to, maybe other things like if you're doing Spanish or South American stuff, claves is like quintessential South American sound. Yeah, triangle can be nice sometimes too. Pitch percussion. Again, this is me because I'm a music teacher and I have a crazy complicated sound in my head. Marimba is always like a big part of what want to say like world music. Everyone has some kind of wooden instrument that you play with sticks, and that's a marimba essentially. Okay, so I'm gonna add that here. All right, let's get my body percussion here, and then my other normal percussion here. Got my voices. Remember my backtrack and drum set. That's gonna go. Maybe it's a hip hop line. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that for GarageBand to handle. If I feel like there's any other stuff that needs to happen, if I was going to do like a ska style, I'd add horns, right? Trumpet and brass. Plucked strings is super fun. Got all sorts of stuff. Check it out. We got ukulele. All right, bass guitar. So a lot of you are going to want bass guitar for sure. Me. Acoustic guitar because I'm going for like poverty sounds. Bowed stuff is like the standard, violin and whatnot. You could add this in. If I was gonna write this whole song, I'd actually use some of these as well, but it would take me a little longer. All right, anyway, this is a demo video, fam. So here's my instrument set, which is actually kind of intense, but it's okay. All right, pick my key signature. Pick a key that you most of your Apple loops are gonna be in. When you go to the loop section, they'll list like C, E flat, B flat, A. Try to match it here. Otherwise, you just have to change all your tracks to the right key later, if you can, and that's annoying. Okay, so tempo, I'm just gonna set it at 120 for now. All right, so I'm gonna keep everything in C. Simple, easy peasy. We'll go for 4/4 time right now. All right. So Miss Duncan's got her file. Pretend that I enter a whole bunch of melody and stuff information, okay? I build this whole awesome like rhythmic score here with all my body percussion and stamps, which by the way, you add them just the same way as any other instrument, right? Go to your N, like note entry, symbol, and then you just start putting rhythms in, okay? Why is this not working? Please let me enter notes. Thank you. All right. So then, okay, we got this. Add here. Oh, all right, that was special. A little bit loud. All right, there's like beginning of melding. Yay, Miss Duncan. Okay, build your score. Ta-da. Moving on, I'm gonna go back now to music I've already written and show you how to export parts. Okay, these are the exported parts. Like, how do I get from here, which is the basic whole score,